Hey everybody, welcome back to Factorio Operation Lazy Bastard. I'm Joe Mama, your host. Oh, when we last left off in this world, as you recall, we had just beefed up our iron system. We just dropped these 24 furnaces. Yeah, furnaces, that's what they are. We dropped these 24 furnaces here, and something's amiss here. Did we screw something up? Okay, how many has this produced? I gotta check something here. It's only finished 100 products because... Oh, are you kidding me? Is this facing the wrong way? Oh my gosh. These two things are facing the wrong way. Okay then. Well, there we go. We just increased our output just a little bit because I am a dumbass. Okay, well there we go. So yes, we had just beefed up our iron system, and it's going pretty well. But I did a few things in the interim between then and now, and probably the most obvious of which is notice all these red belts. I've actually increased our throughput because, as anybody who plays Factorio knows, you can have all the iron production in the world, but if you don't have good throughput, it amounts to a hill of beans. So what I've done is I created a couple of little spot factories here, spot assembly machines, for the sole purpose of creating red belts. And I didn't have enough of them to go around, and I've basically just taken my entire iron belt to include all splitters and all underground belts. The main bus here, I have added everything red, so therefore we have a nice quick feed to everything that comes up here. So purpose of increasing throughput, because the yellow belts, what started to happen is I had machines up here that were starving for resources, starving for iron, and then yet I had iron down here, way down at the bottom here, that just wasn't getting up there. I had machines like this, I had furnaces that weren't producing anything because they couldn't, the belts couldn't get the iron out of there fast enough. So that's no longer a problem. We've got a good fast belt, so we can get all of these things producing. Now, right now, the system isn't being taxed very hard, but so it's a little bit of a relaxed state. In fact, let me check the power. Oh, look at the power GUI is different. Okay, the power is approximately 1/3 of what it was before, not too long ago. It was actually, once I'd gotten this system bumped up, and I actually did some research. In fact, let's go ahead and start some more research. I think, didn't I do stack inserter? Let's do stack inserter. Let's do that. Yeah, okay, stack inserters are inserters that allow, they can move multiple items at the same time. And that allows inserters to pick up more than one item. Now, you have to make a special inserter if you want to pick up a lot of items at once, but even the single-use, single-item inserters like these fast inserters their bonus will be increased a little bit. I think the maximum is 4 or 5 items that they'll eventually be able to pick up. I could be wrong, don't remember. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is, let's see, it's episode 7. And I like episode 8 to be about trains. That's just kind of a goal I have. Episode 8 is trains. Well, this is episode 7. Now, we've got railroads, and I've got train tracks being produced, but, you know, that's going to take some time. That's fine. But I would like to actually increase our steel output a little bit. It would be nice. However, in order to make that happen, I think we're going to have to increase our power output. So let us see if we can do that. So let's see, what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, okay, 17. We counted 17 steam engines last time. I've also started making landfill. And so let's grab a stack of that. And we're going to put this spot here that we haven't been able to use to use. Okay, what did I do with it? Right here. Okay, so let's actually pave paradise and put up a parking lot. Okay, good. We've landfilled that. And do I have any steam engines on me? I do not. So let's go back up. I know where we might have some. You may not remember, but we produced some a while back. And yeah, right here. And I don't need too many, so I'll just take it right out of there. Right out of the assembly machine. But you know what? We'll probably end up needing a bunch more. Let me do that, and... okay, let me do that. Okay, so now we've got a place we can pick up the machines at. Also, we need boilers. What do we got for boilers? What do we need to produce boilers? Furnaces and pipes. Okay. Okay, why did this stop? Oh, because gear wheels, that's why. Do I have a lot? I have enough. So let's dump some in there. That'll make a bunch. Okay. So we've got steam engines being made. Then, okay, we've got a whole bunch of furnaces. So let's convert some of these into boilers. Boilers are not something we're going to need a ton of, ever. So, let's just create a machine to create them. And we'll dump some of those in there. Pipes. Let's go ahead, grab a couple stacks of pipes. How about that? Okay. We'll grab some boilers. And we've got some burner inserters, which should be good. And let us grab these 7 steam engines. Okay, we should just be able to drop this one right in place. And let's see, boilers. Let's go ahead and drop 3 more boilers. And let's do the associated steam thing. Okay, stack inserter research is finished. And what is that? 1, 2, 3 additional pairs. Okay, now let's get the burner inserters feeding the coal. And 6 steam engines ought to add a lot of capacity, I think. Okay, and a light. Let's do that. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quads of steam engines. So we got 24 steam engines. Good. Question is, will we have enough water? Is that going to provide enough water? I would imagine. Maybe? Seems to have plenty. Oh, whoa, look at that. Oh, no, okay. Right. Oh, right, forgot to connect them to the water. Now we would have been tapping off the steam. Well, yeah, we would have. I didn't realize that, but because we just attached the steam line, but we didn't attach the water line, we just would have been tapping off all these other poor saps' steam while not producing any for these. Okay, so stack inserter bonus is finished. Yes. Let's go ahead and bump up to the next one. Allow stack inserters to move items at once. Some of the upgrades add a small amount of stacking even to non-stack inserters. So that, yes, absolutely. We're going to start that research. That was going to help our throughput immensely. So, okay, so now that we've got power, I said we wanted to start thinking about steel. So let's think about steel. So I guess we're not exactly burning through the iron ore. So I think what we could possibly do is set up. Oh, you think we could? Do you think we could set up an array like this big? Possibly. You think we could do that? And have it be steel? Boy, we'd have enough steel for ages, to be honest. That would be great. And I would have to imagine that that would meet a lot of our needs. You know what? Let's do it. Screw it. Let's do it. Okay, so we'll use the same blueprint. And that should be good, right? Right about there, let's say? No, so okay, see this. Oh man, okay, this is for iron specifically. I would have to make 2 of these for steel. Oh, maybe we can alter it. Maybe we can alter this design just a bit to help with steel. Let's see if we can do that. We'll use the same blueprint initially, but we'll make some alterations to it to allow us to actually make steel with it. So what we would, drat. Okay, well, whatever. So, oops, dadgummit, I swear. I'm trying to fill this in manually here. And then let's go ahead and add. Okay, we're still going to need to bring fuel, but let's go ahead and add these. Is that right? No. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and add the blue fast inserters. This will be interesting to see exactly how much this system is really going to get tapped. Okay, this one goes there. Yes, it does. Oh, I miss robots. This is see, blueprints. For those of you who don't know, blueprints are okay when used like this, but they are phenomenal when you have construction robots, because the construction robots will do all this for you. You just use the blueprint to tell it what to do. And then the robots will do it lightning fast. Awesome stuff. Alright. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting task here. To see if we can set this up so as to make steel, because steel is a 2-stage process, unlike iron ore. Alright, so we won't worry about the belts just yet, but what we are going to worry about is more blue inserters. Let's see, what do you think? Should we use red belts? I guess we could. In fact, why not? Why don't we do that? Okay, where are the blue inserters? Oh, they're down here. Got it. Okay. Okay, got those. We're going to go ahead and grab some belts. Some red belts. Hopefully we have enough. Oh yeah, tons. Okay, now that we're taxing the system again, what does our power situation look like? 10 megawatts-ish. Steel is always one of those resources in this game that you're short on. You never seem to have enough. You can never produce it enough. And the truth be told, it is produced very slowly. Alright, we're going to remove some of these belts from the blueprints. Let's see. Nah, I don't want to feed the system just yet. Okay, let's see. Inserter bonus? Alright, well, let's go ahead and do sulfur processing. That will be important. Alright. Fast inserters. Let's go ahead, finish the job. Gotta remember which is which here. Having the additional task, or having the additional burden of fuel is a pain when you do these smelting setups. Wow, missed quite a few of them. Okay. Where's our steel furnaces? Because now I have to do these 12. Why I just didn't do them with the rest of them, I don't know. Okay, so basically, if you haven't grasped it yet, which is understandable because I haven't explained it, the way I'm setting this up, the top half is going to process the ore into iron plates, and the bottom half is going to process the iron plates into steel plates. That's the intention anyway. So, but now we have to kind of make that happen. And the best way I think we could do that is if we take the discharge from the top half, and then let's see, and feed it into the input for the lower half. Yeah, that ought to do it. This is tricky because you still got to feed the fuel all the way through like we normally would. Soon we'll have electric furnaces and won't have to deal with coal anymore. Okay, that's the discharge for the lower half. So this is where the steel is going to come out once it's done processing. Okay, what's happening here? This is going to be where the iron plates come in and get fed to the steel furnaces. And then they, in turn, discharge the steel out to here. Alright, so let's get this done up here. Alright, yay, sulfur processing done. Okay, now taking a look at this and seeing if there's any reason this could not work. And I don't see any reason why it couldn't. Okay, so that feeds everything into there, and all the iron ore, fantastic. Okay, so now, coal, we don't need to be quite so fast. Okay, that gets the coal in place. Okay, now that should get the steel side of it going now, right? Yes, I do believe it does. Okay, it's still not super fast, but it's better than nothing. And again, remember, the whole goal of this, if I don't reiterate this in every episode, I should, is the whole goal of this Let's Play is to monitor, is to document achieving the Lazy Bastard achievement, which, again, as I've stated many times before, is being able to produce under 112 items in your hand throughout the entire game. That's what we want. Okay, let's get rid of some of this garbage. And the fact we're still sitting at 7 out of 111. 111 is the maximum allowable. And we're doing great. Let's bring the steel over here. And for the time being, let's deposit it into a box, shall we? Okay. So that gets rid of that. Sulfur processing, we're going to need blue science. It's amazing that you have to actually process the science, the technology that leads to the production of sciences. For example, blue science doesn't just happen. We have to research blue science before we can actually produce blue science. So there you go. Batteries will be important. Okay. It's called a chemical science pack, to be specific. All right. So with that, I think we should actually be able to produce. We should actually be able to produce better utility poles, and that's one of the things I kind of wanted to do today. Copper plates, steel plates, and iron sticks. Okay. So can I do that? Yeah, chemical science is done. So what should we do now? Heavy armor? Let's do heavy armor. Or is that modular? Oh, it's modular armor. Do I want that? No, let's do the oh wait, what's that? Oh, that's for blue chips. Got it. Gosh, so much good stuff, but I don't have blue science produced yet, so really not much to go for there. Let's do the inserter bonus again. I think that's going to help things out a lot. So what did I say? Iron sticks, iron plates, iron sticks, steel plates, and copper plates. What shall we do? See, this will produce the sticks. And these machines will produce the poles, right? Can we do that? Yeah. Okay. We're going to do medium and large utility poles, both. Plates will be taken right from here, and then steel will be brought up. Oh, we really should bring it up from. I mean, that's the whole point. Well, we made this. We made our line here. We should be able to bring it straight up, right? The bad thing, though, is it doesn't follow. It wouldn't be able to follow the bus exactly. Actually, what would simplify things is if we brought some copper down here, really. But either way, it's a pain in the neck. Well, I guess what we'll do is we'll just make that one feed. We'll split this line and we'll come off of this one, because we're not going to be producing tons and tons of them. Yeah, we'll just split off this feed right here. In fact, we can even, I suppose, use yellow belts. Okay, so we'd have to split that. This is such spaghetti. Put that there. So the question then is, where do we want to deposit the finished products? Let's put them right here. And I guess for the large utility poles, we'll put a limit. Just like that. Yeah, we'll put a limit. But for the small or medium utility poles, we won't worry about it. Okay, okay. So we're making utility poles. Fantastic. So let's let that do its thing for a little bit. Let me just kind of look over the rest of the world here. And what I would really like to do, actually, is extend our reach with radar. And it's going to be a while to get these produced. So I tell you what, we'll let that do its thing. And then, in just a bit, we'll hopefully get a nice collection together, and we will run the poles to run the power lines to some new locations. All right, we got a nice collection in here, so I think we will actually take these large utility poles. Let's go to the north. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, since we have a total of, let's see, 95, I want to talk about the 4 cardinal directions here, so that's basically 24 in each direction, roughly. So, if I've got 50, let's try not to exceed using 25, roughly. 24, 25. And let's see, how far 20... Let's see how far 24 will take us. So, let's see, I don't want the number in my hand to drop below 26. Alright, can we extend this across this little inlet here? Ah, trees. Trees. Such an enemy in Factorio. You will hear that often. Trees. Trees are the enemy. Alright, come on. Oh, but I have landfill. Yeah, so let's do this. There. Let's put a let's do that. Right? Yes. Okay. Oh, cliffs. Good grief. Cliffs suck. It's realistic, but they kind of suck. Okay, what we're doing is we're running power as far as we can to the north so we can set up a radar station. And like I said, we want to have that number drop to, oh, heck. Oh, okay, well that's all you got, huh? Right there. $29, $28, $27, $26. Okay, so that's a total of 90 or 24 that we dropped. We'll take this. Let's see, how close are we to the edge? Yeah, the radar will do some benefit, I suppose. So let's go ahead, put that there, and let us put some lights next to all the poles. We're going to do this in all 4 directions. Okay, that takes care of the eastmost leg. Let's light it up. I just like to get in the habit of lighting up my main power lines like this. That way, when I'm driving around in the tank or some other vehicle, it's very obvious where the power lines are. Sometimes when you're moving pretty quickly, they can just sort of disappear in the background. Believe me, at night, it'll be very obvious where the power lines are if they're nice and well lit. All right, that concludes the southernmost reach. And let's see, what do we look like? Oh yeah, it's right up against the dark, so this will all get lit up. Fantastic. Okay, radar should do some good out here as well. So let's go ahead and light it up also. And then we'll kind of take stock of where we are and probably call it an episode. Okay, well that should about do it. So let's take a look at the map. Okay, you can see we've extended out the power lines, and you can already see the area that's being opened up by this radar set. And it will be happening over here as well. And yeah, it's looking good, looking good. And then eventually what I'd like to do is plop some more solar panels around, or plop some more radars around with solar cells powering them. So maybe at another time we'll do that. But, alright, so to reiterate, we've extended our radar range, plus we have added steel to the mix. And we've got some big power lines. We've gotten a lot of science done. In fact, let's close this out by producing some more science. Yeah, this is upgrade number 2. Yeah, I thought I started that research. I guess I didn't. Okay, we'll do that. So stack inserter capacity bonus number 2. And that's probably the last one we're going to be able to do using just red and green science. But so be it. That's fine. Lots of steel being produced, and things are going well. So hopefully next episode, I'm thinking maybe we do trains. It's episode 8, and like I said, episode 8 is train episode as far as I'm concerned, so why don't we do that? Anyway, well, I hope you all found this somewhat interesting. Again, you know, somebody pointed out to me that, you know, maybe I need to have more of a theme with each episode, but the whole point of this is the greater theme of getting this achievement. And if I could do it all in one shot, I would. But to try to come up with an individual theme for each one, I don't know if that's the way to go. But I get the point, though. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But in this one, clearly the theme was steel. So there you go. It was all about steel. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and call this an episode. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.